YAML. Prerequisites. Name AWS account. Purpose. An AWS account is required to access AWS services, including AWSConfig. It provides the necessary infrastructure and resources for managing your AWS resources. Name in user or role with permissions. Purpose. AWSConfig requires specific permissions to access and configure your AWS resources. You need an in-user or role with the appropriate permissions to create and manage configuration recorders, access configuration data, perform actions based on configuration changes. Name AWS region. Purpose. AWSConfig operates within a specific AWS region. You need to choose the region where you want to configure and manage your resources. Configuration data is stored within the selected region. Name supported resources. Purpose. AWSConfig supports a wide range of AWS resources. You need to ensure the resources you want to monitor and manage are supported by AWSConfig. Refer to the AWSConfig documentation for a complete list of supported resources. Name network connectivity. Purpose. AWSConfig requires network connectivity to access AWS services and resources. Ensure your environment has the necessary network setup to allow communication with AWSConfig. Name AWS KMS key optional. Purpose. For enhanced security, you can encrypt configuration data at rest using AWS KMS keys. This is an optional feature, but recommended for sensitive data. Name AWS S3 bucket optional. Purpose. If you want to store your configuration data in a specific S3 bucket, you need to create one. This allows for custom storage and management of your configuration data. Name AWS CloudTrail optional. Purpose. AWS CloudTrail integrates with AWSConfig to provide event history for configuration changes. This enables you to track and audit configuration changes over time. Name AWS CloudWatch optional. Purpose. AWS CloudWatch is used for monitoring and alerting on configuration changes. You can configure CloudWatch alarms to trigger actions based on specific configuration events. Name AWS Lambda optional. Purpose. AWS Lambda can be used to automate actions based on configuration changes. You can create Lambda functions that respond to configuration events and perform specific tasks.